What's poppin', people? Welcome back to Danganronpa. In the last episode, we found out that Genocide Jack did the murders for Chihiro, but things might not be as they seem because there's a lot of information that still is left to be found that hopefully we're going to discover in this trial. This episode, welcome to Trial 2. So is everyone ready to... what? Am I blind or are we missing someone? Who are we missing?
Yo.
Toko's not here. And Toko is... really don't remember?
Come on!
Kidding, I'm just kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? She's a crucial part of the class trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie, I'll go ahead and drag her out here, kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. And just like he said a few minutes later, he reappeared dragging Toko behind him. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you would drag a girl around. Terrible. You're terrible. So now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle onto the elevator and let's get the show on the road. I'll see you guys down there. So, I have two suspects. I think it could be Toko. I think it also could be Byakuya.
Let's go.
Byakuya. So shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. It could be you. Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. That's my girl, dog. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. They're putting heavy emphasis on the girl. And that murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here. What do you have to say? I gave you plenty to work with. Show us how far your logic can take you. Yeah? Alright. Jumping into trial 2. Maybe I should have talked to Kyoko one more time. We have no choice, right? We have to do this.
It's true.
Yes. He gave a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walked toward the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions, couldn't stop speculating. Because Byakuya knows as much as I do about Genocide Jack, which makes him sus. The steel box sank with a heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation. Until finally... it came to a sudden stop. What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over this.
Very nice.
Good. You're raring to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all.
Well?
Okay then, let's get the show on the road.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Everyone please find your assigned seats. And so the curtain opens once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Yes, I do want to save. Oh boy. Okay, let's reveal our notes. Victim is Chihiro Fujisaki. The time of death is estimated to be around 2 a.m. The body was discovered in the girls' locker room on the second floor of the school. The cause of death was a blow to the head with a blunt object. She was killed instantly. Although Chihiro wanted to get stronger, she declined several invitations from Sakura and Aoi, and may have used the locker room late at night to avoid them. Despite this, Chihiro had stated that she desired to help with her efforts. She may have been meeting someone in the locker room at the night she was murdered. Dumbbell found the floor of the girls' locker room had a significant amount of blood on it. Chihiro told anyone willing to listen that she wanted to get stronger. Some assume that due to her inferiority complex being weak, she admired strength more than anything else. To unlock a locker room, you need to swipe your e-handbook over the card reader. You need a male student's handbook for the boys' locker room and a female student's for the girls. It is not possible for two people to enter at the same time. Handbook of each student that has died is placed in the mailbox in the main hall. One of the handbooks found in the main hall has been broken, which is apparently a rare occurrence. Junko and Sayaka's handbooks both seem to still be working, so it's assumed that the broken handbook is Leon's. However, Monokuma claims it's very unlikely that Leon's handbook would have been broken. Now, it could be a girl still that used Leon's e-handbook to get into the boys' locker room. But then why switch everything to the girls' locker room? Suspected genocide Jack's victims include Ken Harada. That's not helpful. They were killed in the same way and mounted nearby wall. The word bloodlust was found at the scene of each crime written in blood. Profiling indicates the killer is likely a student suffering from split personality. Chihiro seems to have constantly kept her distance from the other girls at the school, even from the beginning. Meanwhile, it had been noticed that she got along remarkably well with her male classmates. Carpet on the boys' locker room was found with a blackish stain on it. Blood was found on the poster in the girls' room. The poster featured a big-breasted supermodel popular among young boys. Meanwhile, the poster in the boys' locker room was for a boy band popular with teenage girls. Chihiro's handbook was not found on her corpse and has apparently gone missing. Interesting. Chihiro's body has been suspended, and her hands has been bound with some kind of rope. Her fatal injury was a blow to the head. We know this is the eccentric cord. Sakura mentioned that she was responsible for a coffee stain on the girls' locker room floor. However, the stain has since been inexplicably scrubbed away. Not true. The carpets have been swapped. Byakuya was known to use this lamp often. However, the extension cord has gone missing at some point, and the lamp's cord couldn't quite reach the outlet. On the night of the murder, right before nighttime, Chihiro was spotted leaving the warehouse. It seems she was stuffing some blue exercise clothes into a duffel bag. Presumably, she was on her way to exercise, but the clothes were not found at the crime scene. That's all we have. Okay. Set skills. I have 3. Melodious voice. Increases damage to the opponent when the statement is destroyed. Effective during the bullet time battle. Okay. Vocabulary. Increases bullet capacity. Effective during the bullet time battle. I guess I'll equip that one as well. Is that the only 2 I have? I think that's the only 2 I have. Yeah, it's the only 2 I have. Okay. Oh, I'm set. Let's see how this goes. I gotta be on it.
A basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
Same rules apply.
Okay, then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
Probably the dumbbell. First, we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. Surely no arguments are made that it was the dumbbell. Locker room dumbbell.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
That was correct. Back of the head.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Almost forgot how to fire.
No, that's wrong.
It was not an iron pipe.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell, found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell.
Good to know.
As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
She got her head caved in. She said she died instantly.
Looked at her head wound?
Have to.
Yay!
That's why Kyoko's on her shit. That's why she's the favorite so far.
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
Yeah?
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
See, I don't know. Someone with a lot of knowledge of him, though. Could be a copycat killer. Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? Because with all the bodies, right? They were all stabbed to be held up. None of them were tied. A new element has been added to the non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Sure. For this debate, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. But there's a way to keep the white noise from getting in your way. Press the A button to attach the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. However, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise, the time limit will decrease, so take careful aim when you have your silencer out. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't appear at all. It's not, we're unkind. In which case, you can forget about the silencer and just focus on the situation in front of you. Well then, good luck and have fun. Make your argument. Genocide Jack case file.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
There's proof.
No, that's wrong.
Okay, yeah. I see how the silencer works. Okay, so you gotta get rid of the pink text.
Might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth, so let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
Can we get him? Can we get his ass, please? Someone take him out back.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
The other characteristic of every Genocide Jack case, which is the world at large doesn't know, if I'm not mistaken, it has to do with the positioning of the body. How the victim was positioned.
I got it! Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
Or just knows about it.
Fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
You lie!
Not quite. That can still be true.
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has like bloodophobia or
Yeah,
whatever.
hemophobia.
Remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
That's true. But it's common for one personality's like archetypes to not present themselves in the other.
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle. Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
Hiro has genuinely been dead weight this whole time. I guess he was helpful with the crystal ball, but genuinely, he feels like dead weight. It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also not be Toko? The answer is that she's just not one person, but multiple people, right? She's got dissociative identity disorder. Hangman's Gambit. H-I-T-A-S. H-I. H-I. S. C. S. What word am I trying to spell? H-I. B. S. C's? C's are appearing now. I feel like this is wrong. S-C-H-I? Schizo. Ah. That's kind of crazy to shorten it about.
Now I understand. Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Not entirely the same thing. Schizophrenia and DID. They're separate for a reason.
Huh?
So it's gonna get a little stigmatizing.
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
The one thing that shows Toko could be a split personality has to do with her behavior. She fainted, her behavior changed, she arrived late. Her behavior changed.
I got it! You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
I'm fine, I'm fine. Yeah. Whoa, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead? Yeah. She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world has a front and a back, a top ending and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
Kinda. She's afraid of letting it out. I won't let her have control. I'll drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How? Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story.
That's when he acted to kill Chihiro because he was aware that Genocide Jack was here. It's an easy frame.
She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised! I can't believe you lied!
You have only yourself to blame. You came
This is
to
low,
me
dog.
with
You're
your
taking
tragic little story.
Taking advantage of her
I
mental
asked you to-
illness just to get your lie passed.
This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
I'm sorry, I couldn't keep our promise. Don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again. She wouldn't know. I don't think she did give up control.
If I kept my promise, you would go out with me.
Oh.
That's
You
the
got
only
played,
reason
girly.
I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that, but you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it, but...
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person you don't mean...
Togo's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second... Genocide Jack is here.
Well, hello there.
Genocide
It's
Jill.
me you were hoping to see. What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a loser name, and what happened is a textbook split personality.
Is it? I feel like it's a little bit more complicated than that.
So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
This is why, like, split personality is so hard to deal with, because one half of her is completely innocent. It's genuinely like you're dealing with two different people. So it's not like this is one person.
She's so intense.
It's so much like two different people are in one body.
Like they say, sound and murderous mind, sound and murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
This is the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack. This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid?
You would be offended by
Another
that.
thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless. I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town.
True.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting.
That's such a drastic secret compared to wet the bed till 5th grade.
But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Huh?
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
I do, though.
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Hey, listen, you all couldn't believe me until I proved I was innocent, so I'm asking you to hold that same regard here. Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said. I need to get some more details about all of this. Okay, we got another round. It's my truth bullet. Status of the dead body.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You
think that's true.
But do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
I don't think it does.
No, that's wrong.
It doesn't match completely.
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that.
It was stabbing. Almost exclusively.
I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you!
Yeah.
I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee.
I don't know if those things are comparable. You can make pretty fancy ragu.
This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
The weapon and how they're suspended. There was one clear difference between the murders. In the photos from the other Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and stomach. Here you'll see a clear difference. The style of the bloody messes, the victim's fatal injuries.
For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way.
Yeah, read the text. The scissors used in the murder were apparently custom made, with every pair left at each murder scene seeming to be the same material and construction.
According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
I'm proving the innocence of a serial killer at the moment.
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
That's right. The second difference is related to how she was suspended. In the photos of the other Genocide Jack cases, all the other victims were stabbed through their hands. Here you can see a clear difference. How the body was posed, what was used to suspend her, and when she was suspended.
I got it!
What was used?
Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her?
Extension cord.
They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them.
The scissors.
Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement.
I'm proving the innocence of a serial killer here.
Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences.
Big Mac?
He's wrong.
Why did you call me Big Mac, Colonel?
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
That's so funny.
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case.
They're all males.
There's a pattern there, just waiting to be
I called that out too.
Pattern.
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Let's see. There was a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack victims, and Chihiro didn't fit it. If you look at the names of every victim, what you'll notice is... I think I figured it out. I know why she couldn't have killed Chihiro. Because Chihiro was a girl, that's not true. Because Chihiro was her lover, because Chihiro was her friend. I guess it's true for right now.
I got it! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
Oh, I've heard that line before.
What are you talking about?
That was like a TikTok trend for a while.
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
All of them are males. Dog, I'm on my detective shit.
Guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it!
Yeah, it's the Fujo side of her.
I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely, when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly cur?
You like that.
Kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect.
That does make some amount of sense.
Yeah, plus it was done wrong.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors.
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
She has some with her. She's got some on her person.
She's fully equipped.
She just keep them on you at all times.
So I can kill anywhere, anytime. Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you. Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway.
It's very funny.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
At this moment, yes.
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer
Wow.
or whatever.
Byakuya also knew that. Actually, hold on. There is one person. One person who copied Genocide Jack cases. Select someone. Oh my god. You tried to play me. Where is he? Oh, Chihiro. You motherfucker.
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
You already told me about it.
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
How dare you? I can't forgive you for this one.
And the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was
Cover himself up.
he wanted to pin the crime on her.
Yep.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
He's gonna talk his way out of this.
Thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
And the locker rooms, they're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed, wouldn't you agree? Huh? Suspicious? Seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
That was to throw us
Nothing
off.
strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
There was a clear contradiction in what Byakuya said. I need to make it clear to everyone. A new element has been added to non-stop. Another new element? Oh my god, there's so many. Next, we're going to add something called a truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the Y button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. This memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or a contradiction in your loaded truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use it to make your case. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you'll just have to use your keen wits, won't you? In this case though, I will say if you don't use the flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Well then, good luck and have fun. Once again, it's a little hand-holdy. But I messed up so many times, so maybe that's why.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
Correct.
But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
you absolutely take it.
Can I shoot him?
It's a natural reaction for any guy.
The victim was Chihiro,
right,
who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
The victim was Chihiro. Hearing Byakuya comment about Chihiro being a girl, I realized there's a clear contradiction there. Because it doesn't make sense. How could he have known that before we even found it? Yes, he wouldn't have known it was Chihiro. We were trying to figure out who it was. That's what it was.
So,
okay.
you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
Before we found the body.
But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
you absolutely...
that's unnatural.
The victim was Chihiro.
But we didn't know that yet.
No, that's wrong.
Oh, he almost got me on that one.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit.
Celeste looks so shocked.
Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead, show us.
That's what Byakuya's attitude. It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with him.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
The difference between this case and other Genocide Jack murders, the evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden in there. What could it be? The library desk lamp.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors.
Right.
And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to take that one.
Chihiro was suspended with...
Okay, well, we have to go around again.
That's right. It absolutely was.
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Okay, well,
Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away.
that's not what I wanted to do. I'm mixing up pressing and holding and pressing the button. The proof that Byakuya did is hidden within the rope. I guess it's possible, but first, the item she had bound was used like rope, but it wasn't actually rope. No, it wasn't. Byakuya doesn't use rope. He uses very specific object. Yeah.
What? The difference
I don't
between the cases?
want this truth bullet.
You want me to explain it again?
Oh, I'd never seen that rope.
I want to kill. I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
Can I just shoot this one and get rid of it?
Chihiro was suspended with
Okay, light ray death slam. That's what I want.
some kind of rope.
That's right.
Then there must be some...
Hey, Byakuya.
Never seen that rope before in my life.
I missed.
Obviously,
I
somebody
missed.
else must
I
have had it
missed.
hidden
I
away
missed.
somewhere.
I missed. I'm trash. I'm scum the earth. I'm terrible. I'm awful. I'm horrible. I'm bad.
You want me to explain it again?
Tie me up with an extension cord.
I want to kill.
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
There we go. Christ. Oh my god, that took way too long. Don't look at the timer. Don't look at how long that took me.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder.
Got his ass.
And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
Then Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
Yep. Well, no, you didn't kill her in the girls' locker room. He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. And if he's not even involved... Wait, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Do we really need to?
I mean, technically no. We just have to get the right person. Whether we have the right reasoning or not, it doesn't matter.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait, what was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean... Can I really just accept that Byakuya said as the truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something off about what he said. The scene of the crime, Genocide Jack's presence, the extension cord. The scene of the crime.
Got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene?
Carpet and the poster.
That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Hey, Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who had been so confident up until now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been moved somewhere else.
Hey, don't just move on without permission. What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. There's something that was switched between the boys' and girls' locker rooms. The poster and the carpet. No, first I have to prove the scenes were switched. Oh, okay. You want the posters first? I guess you want the posters first.
I got it!
Okay. I don't know why they want the poster before the
She was
carpet.
killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange?
Yeah, Danganronpa out of context.
Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
And what's wrong with that? And what's wrong with that, Genocide Jill? Nothing.
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
Carpet.
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not that the stain was scrubbed away. It was moved. Okay, and this is the carpet.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
There was blood on the girls'
To move
carpet.
the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? What? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the bloodstained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
To make it look like he can't go into the girls' room.
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime?
Because then it'd have to be a girl killer.
An even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook...
The question is, how did Byakuya get into the girls' locker room?
She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
Hiro? You have a way? You're finally chiming in? You're gonna be useful, brother?
I highly doubt that.
I doubt it too.
You, I know how she could have done it.
Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? Broken e-handbook. Okay.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook.
No.
She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
Oh, maybe.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
Yeah.
If she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room no problem.
Leon's handbook was broken, though. Theoretically, if Chihiro was able to use Leon's handbook, she could get into the boys' locker room. But when we found Leon's handbook in the main hall, there's no doubt it was. In which case, can we really say that she used it? No. Okay, so it's Leon's handbook.
She must have hacked. She was the ultimate. I'm sure that would have...
No, I don't... She used the thing that was in...
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
No, that's wrong.
Well, Hiro, you're not actually useful. Never mind.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus,
Because he's dead weight.
isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Which is how you borrowed Sayaka's or Junko's.
Yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
No.
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Correct. Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room, and Byakuya is the one that did it. Really? But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to
Hey,
say?
she's helpful, dog.
There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right?
Unless...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
Huh? For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us?
What are you gonna prove, Kyoko?
Not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead. And where she took us was... the locker room.
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
We're gonna lift her skirt. That'd be crazy.
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
she totally fat. She's like, this bitch has a dick. You want to check it out?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take
This-
your time.
This is wrong, dog.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
No way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just... based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her.
Yeah, probably.
So just leave this to me.
Sakura.
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
That's not it at all.
Technically, that's not it at all. This is hetero.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
She's embarrassed.
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
what?
Is a boy.
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
You know what tipped me off? I think I mentioned it already, but what tipped me off immediately was being self-conscious about swimming and locker rooms. And that's as a trans person, like that's something I'm so cautious of too. Like, you know, like locker rooms make me anxious. Being in the right one, changing into gym clothes, like it hit me immediately.
What? You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
That's so funny.
Then it's really true?
Which, I mean, they did a lot of like pushing it down your throat that she's a girl, but I don't know, like that shit was just so obvious to me.
Chihiro was a guy?
She's an egg. Be nice to her.
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is,
I'm still gonna refer to her
Chihiro
as
was
she.
not a girl,
So that's what she presented
but a
as.
boy.
That's what she wanted to be. To think that Chihiro was actually a guy? The thought had never even crossed my mind.
And
Oh, it
because the
did.
victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Well, Monokuma kind of confirmed that.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
Yeah, gee, this is hitting me in the trauma.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
Yep.
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto?
The problem is, it could realistically be any guy, but they shouldn't have the knowledge of. Like, was there someone who just maybe had the knowledge of
without a doubt, Byakuya is
Genocide
the one
Jack?
that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it.
She means he could be an accomplice.
But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt.
That is true.
He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
Or he's just playing.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Dog. Why?
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say?
I still think it's him.
Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Nope.
Of course I do.
Not at all.
What am I, an ant or something?
Yes. You provided as much as an ant would.
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group
sorry, I'm
one more
hating.
time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means the killer is a guy. The killer is a girl, the killer is a guy, the killer is Genocide Jack. The killer is a guy.
I got it!
Since the crime scene was in the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But still not enough. I need to find some more clues. A long trial this time, okay. Celeste's account. She saw
Isn't there
Chihiro?
a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Could do.
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
Oh. Come on, Makoto, don't scare me like that. Make me just think something weird is going on.
Shoot!
I need to think about it one more time. There must be a contradiction in there somewhere.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it? Well,
Did nobody get...
I'm sure if someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim.
Yeah. All we need right now is any
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer.
Okay.
No, that's wrong.
That was a bit early. But it's basically the same dialogue.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes. I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
I swear to God, if it's Mondo. Mondo, I swear to God. I just went on a date with you. Brother, if I go out on a date with the person right before they end up being the killer each time, I swear to God, that is not... It's a sick joke that's being played on me by this game.
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Someone knew she was a boy.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
What a marvelous friendship!
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No, you already have what you need to make the connection.
Do I?
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously? Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting
Tracksuit and
for him.
duffel bag.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
No, that's not what she's saying.
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
I'm sure Kyoko knows how to use
As
it.
was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say. But fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket? The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse.
Has someone worn that tracksuit before?
All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Chihiro's track jacket really holds some clue about the killer. Somehow it's really hard to believe. Ooh, I don't know if I'm prepared for this one. Celeste's account. I'm assuming I'm taking
We know where Chihiro
a
was
flashback.
headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I didn't want to take that one.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Because exercising sucks.
I'm shooting this up here. I didn't want that
I
one.
have a white tracksuit, personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
No, I don't think I did. She's right. What he just said now is really odd. How do you know something like that?
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why
I feel like
did
I have
he
to take
choose
exercise.
the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
She never mentioned blue?
My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Because exercising sucks.
I feel like he never mentioned blue.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
No, Mondo! My guy! Are you kidding me?
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
I saw him stuffing a tracksuit into a duffel bag, and then I assumed he headed off to exercise.
She never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you? You just...
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
It was blue.
As a matter
Mondo, no, my guy.
Blue?
Oh my god, this is... I'm so upset with this game.
Before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, you're trying to defend your brother.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of.
Is he on
by the
garbage
time
duty
we
this week
began our
too?
Investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died.
Cherry?
That's the only possibility. Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
Killed my oh, I'm so pissed. I'm losing two people that I liked.
Testimony.
She stuffed the jacket in her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
When Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
I'm glad someone did, because I didn't.
Why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
The way he talked, the way he was asking, because I hate him. It had to be the way he acting, man.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude.
He did call her dude at some point, and I thought that was weird, but I thought that was just Mondo's personality.
After he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
I should have mentioned that when it happened. When he was on guard, he mentioned that. I did think about that too, but I didn't think it'd be important.
She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
I'm so upset. I'm so upset, dog.
He would never do something like that. This is a false accusation.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has
He did say he found something earlier.
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, no. Now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
It's okay, big dog. Speak your piece.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
It's crazy for you to say that.
If you really insist, then... here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
Found it on the ground, right? Then it must belong to... It's mine. It's Chihiro's. It's Mondo's. Chihiro's was missing.
I got it!
know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
They're not.
You're right. They're not.
Yeah.
They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
I would like to know too. How did the handbooks break? There's only one possible explanation: by exploiting a bug, by hacking it, by hitting its weak point. Well, they have an alarm when they open. They don't have a weak spot. Is it a bug? I feel like it has to be a weak spot. Maybe it has some kind of bug you can exploit. Too bad for you, those things have been debugged to hell and back. We can't afford a recall. Oh, I guess I should just delete the possibility of bug then. Okay, I'm gonna lose a heart for that. Hitting its weak point? I like that I said that out loud and then clicked a different answer.
Weak point, didn't you?
Oh, he did say that. I forgot about that.
Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession,
Means Ando found the weak
We
point.
can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
Huh? You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Yeah.
Just tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example?
No, I'm sure. I'm breaking my shit
Allow me to
immediately.
make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown.
So it was the incinerator.
And totally break. I flippin' knew it.
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
Where Mondo and Taka like to hang out.
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin.
I didn't know that. Thank you for
If the
that.
hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, me
I
too.
learned one new fact today.
Hey, chat, say thank you, Monokuma. Thank you, Monokuma.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway,
Pull that out
if
on
you
trivia
found the
night.
victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
He broke his own ebook during the battle with Taka
Indeed. Quite
because
the
he stayed
mystery.
clothed.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa, seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
It had to be the one who wore all their clothes into the sauna. It was... Can you imagine? I'd just pick him again. Mondo. Come on, dog.
Here's my answer. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when
There's a setup.
All over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
This whole thing is the proof, dog. I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. Did I? Broken e-handbook, Chihiro's e-handbook, card reader. It's gotta be the card reader, right?
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Hey, the
Well,
broken
my
one?
goddamn handbook works just fine.
Try it with a card reader?
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Interesting. I'm sure Mondo's handbook broke during their sauna showdown. If I can just prove that, that will show the handbook Mondo. Okay.
Let's test Makoto's
Let's try card reader.
Says you broke your own. In other words, if Mondo's handbook, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
I would. Okay. It's not the card reader. Hell are you talking about? Just shut up, you little bitch.
Shoot!
There must be a contradiction in somewhere. So it's not the card reader.
Let's test Makoto's assertion.
Broken e-handbook?
If what he says is correct,
You broke your own. In other words, if then that proves that...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Okay. It's the broken
No,
e-handbook.
it's wrong.
When did I notice it was broken?
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
Oh, he has. Oh my god, he has Leon's. The broken one wasn't actually Leon's. The broken one was Mondo's. He put it back there.
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
Oh my
The
god.
handbook that was in the main hall. Isn't that one actually yours?
What
Yes.
the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's.
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead,
Okay.
they're not a student.
That's the technicality.
It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch! What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong! You are wrong! You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning?
A closing statement.
That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if
Man, I
was
can't
right
believe
or
Byakuya
wrong.
didn't do it. Oh my god, get this guy out of here. He sucks. He sucks. Chihiro finds the jumpsuit, tracksuit. Celeste sees him. Then... Oh, I don't understand what Byakuya did what he did, just for fun? She leaves. Oh no, that one goes here. Surely. This one goes here. She heads out. She's in the locker room. Scans her boy pass. Mondo's already there. They probably work out together. Brains her in the back of the head. So sick, dude. So I'm sick to my stomach. I'm ill. Dumbbell has blood on it. Crashes to the ground. Rolls up the carpet. Oh wait, hold on. What does it say for this one? Some error took place, some blood splattered on something. Yeah, it splattered on the poster. And then this is killer switched around the carpet as well as something else. Yeah, the carpet, and then took down the poster. Carried the body. Card fell out. Right? Oh, which locker room did they move it to? Girls' locker room. Use Chihiro's card to get in? No, but... Killer took something from the other locker room and switched it to the scene of the crime. Yeah, this. But this doesn't make sense. How did Mondo get into the girls' room? Byakuya saw the crime. The extension cord. Tied her up. Used the blood to rate. Bloodlust. Ready to kill a girl after they were done. To the sauna. Is this the sauna? I think this is the sauna. Yeah, it's the sauna room. Threw the card into the sauna. You didn't sit in the sauna to make sure it broke? I guess you couldn't at that time.
Here's exactly what happened. First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who is apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
No, I didn't lay out my reasoning right. Okay. There's something everyone has that you need to... Is it this? That card key? Or is that the one I just put in there? That card key. Okay.
Here's exactly what happened. With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out.
Even though it was nighttime.
She made her way to the locker room.
This is gonna be the boys' locker room.
Who was apparently a girl, accessed the boys' locker room.
It's not that boy's key? Uh-oh, I'm running out of hearts. Uh-oh. Is it this one? Which locker room did Chihiro go to? Okay.
The killer
Shirley.
is you!
Shirley.
With bag in hand, she made her way to the locker room. But how could the victim?
There we go.
Simple. Because she was really a he. Which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster
This is brutal
and
death,
carpeting in
dude.
the boys' locker room came from.
She trusted you with her gender.
Likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet.
But I don't understand where he would have got a girl's
Then,
key.
removing the bloody poster. And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course.
Do you have Sayaka's or
This
Junko's?
alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka
Okay,
and
so it's
Junko's
implied that he
handbooks
used
were
one of
placed
Sayaka
in
or
the main
Junko's.
hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it.
Got it.
With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated.
For no good reason other than he's bored. And wanted to reveal Toko's secret,
After
I guess?
stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out.
I will say, I don't think this one is as thought out as
Isn't that right, Mondo Arata?
Sayaka's murder. The fact that Sayaka turned out to be the one that was attempting the murder rather than being the victim. Well, she was the victim, but like being the instigator of it. That shit threw me for a loop. the gender stuff kind of felt so forced that I knew a little bit that it was going to play into it. So I think I'm a bigger fan of the first trial, but this one was still good. Okay.
Wait. No. This can't be right. Where's your evidence? Yeah. Where's your evidence?
Okay, we'll see your key card.
You need evidence. You need proof. Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him.
Dude, stop glazing. Oh my god. You never meet your heroes, dog. They'll let you down. Evidence that Mondo is the killer? That already revealed itself earlier in the trial. If I can somehow show where Mondo's handbook is right now. Once I do that, everything will become clear. A new element has been added to the bullet time battles. Would you like to hear more? Yes, I struggled with this the first time around. Let's talk a little bit about fever time and nega time. Nega time? Gotta be careful with that one. During a bullet time battle, if you press the RB button, fever time will activate and the tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, I didn't see what button it is. I just read it and didn't. It was RB? Was that what it was? At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. You can push AY however you want to destroy the opponent's verbal assault. But this only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so make the best possible use of your time. Of course, it wouldn't be fair if you only got access to special time, right? So we've also prepared something called nega time that your opponent can use. If the opponent activates nega time during the bullet time battle, your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. Okay. Surely, as a musician, I'll be okay. If you were to activate fever time at this point, no, never mind. I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't know what I was worried about. Okay, so don't do it. Unsurprisingly, if your action difficulty is set to gentle, your opponent won't use nega time. Oh, it will then. Well then, good luck, have fun. Okay, I remember how to do this at least. Oh, I got battle against Taka. That's funny.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're
I can't
wrong.
see.
I won't listen. I refute you.
Okay, I'm saving my fever time during nega time, because that shit was crazy. If it changes speeds while it's in nega time, that's crazy.
You're corrupt.
Final strike. Okay, we did it. Oh, I was on half a heart. Oh my god.
This should prove it.
I didn't even realize I was that close to dying. Break.
If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, We don't gotta do that.
Huh? You owning up to it?
Yeah. Yeah. I did it. I killed him.
He's owning up to it. That seems like in his character. Not that that makes you noble after you killed someone. Oh, look at the points. Oh, look at the points. Oh, we got an A. Love to see it. Still chasing that S, but I don't even know if you can get an S, but we take those. Achievement. What's the Mystrial? Clear a class trial without having to retry. Nice.
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Man, I can't believe my characters. I really can't get attached to anyone in this game, apparently. Not right, just like killers, apparently. I'm learning a lot about myself, actually, in this.
What?
Uh-oh, this time it looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is. So, the Blacken that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was Mondo Owada.
Unbelievable.
In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. Taka! Still, even after all that, you're still glazing? Get a hobby. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful. I refuse to believe it. There's no way he would kill someone.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? Why? Why did you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually,
The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the B button to fast forward the text. Wait, I want to hear it. Anyway, there once was a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak, even though you're a boy. Chihiro kind of looks like that water bottle meme. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? I'll put it on screen if I remember to edit it in, but it's like I was born a boy, but I'm too weak to lift this water jug. That's Chihiro. He heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. No matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell. The inferiority complex had already taken deep root inside of him, and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak. Weak. Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then, the lovely and hateful Morikuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. Which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust in such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair.
What?
And yet,
I'm sorry.
I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But
I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the thread of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger. How noble. How fucking amazing to
That's
channel
right.
that into your own power. Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough to that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so, that day, he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body. He's bettering himself, man. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask someone for help. But he wanted to tell the person his secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And the person he went to,
Yeah, that's right.
it was me. And you betrayed him, dog. Scum of the earth. Patooey. Yep, it sure was. The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. Do you know how hard it would have been for Chihiro to come to you about that after he had made up his mind? Oh, I'm so pissed off. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Yeah, He was a trustworthy guy. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to be. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give me some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration. And he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then, that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro. Huh? Did what he did? You mean, that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room to the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he had made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep you safe? Nah, dog, he wanted to treat her like a girl so that he didn't have to keep his promise. That's fucked up. That's so messed up. Wait, Mondo's actually the scum of the earth. Because everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room. Then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook. Oh, okay. Okay, it's not like that then. Still, he's still scummy for this. Then Mondo did all that to keep the promise he made to Chihiro, who he also killed? Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you? Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it, after all. Possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed?
What is this?
That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone?
You're wrong!
It's impossible.
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. While we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? The embarrassing memory, the secret he didn't want anyone to know.
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Dog, ain't no way. I mean, you deserve that, but that's crazy. Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had a chance to join the gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother's name was Daya Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. And you did him like that, big dog? He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, they had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, #1 in the gang, and his #2, his younger brother, Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, there's no way that the original text said peaches and gravy. That has to be a translation thing. His brother's greatness, his reputation began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang, which is why
I
gotta get stronger than Daya. Once, just one time, no matter what, I gotta win.
With me.
I don't care what it takes, I gotta come out on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during that race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly... Oh, okay, he like indirectly killed his brother though. Laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry. Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Hey, kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. Because it's the team, you and me put together. It's a promise between men. So he had to get out of there to keep that promise. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang, in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. But he could never admit it to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who'd bested his big brother. Daya was going to lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself kid. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad, he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother. I'm strong. Strong, 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 strong. And yet, as soon as our killing game began, he realized, no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. And at that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. But how'd you find out, for real? Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it all would have been found for nothing. So that's why Mondo. After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness, and it just started swirling around. I'd never felt anything like that before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me all this all of a sudden? Huh? Because I mean, you kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I've wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong, it can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret?
Huh?
I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I've never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making fun of me?
What?
I'm strong. Are you fucking with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Wanda. I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did you want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed, and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. You're a coward, dog. Stronger than you.
You son of a bitch!
Stronger than Daya. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hands, and I was staring at him, down on the ground. Hey. I killed him.
I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness that that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it. Look at him, you see? You're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory. For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? Because I sure don't. You bastard. Just shut up, you son of a bitch. Go ahead, say that again. I dare you.
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want. It's what I want to say, but unfortunately, I can't do that right now. Because the time for punishing is fast approaching. Punishing?
It can't be.
You mean execution?
Well now.
That's what I promised you, right? The blackened that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
For Mondo Iwata, the ultimate biker gang leader. No, wait.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
God, what is Spongement gonna be? Not saying he doesn't deserve it.
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Not saying he doesn't deserve it, but... Got another cinematic. Mondo has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. It's gotta be biker gang related, right? The thing with the punishment from Leon's death is that it was slow, right? Like it wouldn't have killed him instantly. Because it's actually a punishment, it's not just death. Is that a spear? The cage of death. Strapped to it. How are you hula hooping, dog? Oh, it's electrocution. It's an electric cage. Oh, that probably is not going to kill him immediately either. Maybe it did. Maybe it was enough watts. They didn't have to suffer too long. That's better than baseballs, I fear. Yeah? Mondo butter? That's fucked up, man. Laugh at death, and your soul will forever be at peace. It can't be. My brother. Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. Stay strong, Makoto. Oh god, Taka's not gonna take this well. As Taka's sad screams evaded our skulls, we were forced to realize once again. But he, of course, he had to. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game? I'm so tired of Byakuya.
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know that? The game? One of our friends is dead. Do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do. Because the game is life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response except that.
However,
I just don't understand why. Why'd you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule too. That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is why I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse.
What?
You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Well,
So you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed. But if it had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up. You did all that to liven things up?
I see.
So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create the fake murder scene. But damn, man, if we hadn't figured out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too, right? It's part of the game. Well, obviously, I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course. Byakuya turned and looked me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did, and I was able to perform an interesting experiment. Once I do decide to become blackened, I now know who I have to watch out for. He's gonna come after me, dog.
Correct.
So, that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. That's gonna put another target on my back, because now people can kill me to try and frame Byakuya. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask you, Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next?
You
like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why? Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself.
What?
You're over-exaggerating. I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair.
Damn.
What do you mean? Mean? Mean. Mean? Mean. Good grief. I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me.
Ooh, how exciting!
Ah, the noble son of a noble family. Truly, you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up. I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you. Understand?
In the name of my family.
For which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up.
Nepo babies are so annoying. Oh my god, they're so annoying. Oh, so cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap. Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom, and the curtain closed in the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue, because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it.
I feel like Monokuma a little bit because like the most entertaining parts of this game, like I like the free time, I like the dates and getting to know some of the characters, but like the most exciting part of this game is the trials and the finding evidence and stuff.
Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie.
Who's he talking to?
Nothing we can do about it now, so just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
Is one of us in on it with Monokuma? There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
No, I'm good. I don't need to know that. Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean. There was a 16th spot.
My, you really took me me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Interesting. It's at the end of chapter 2? That's the end of chapter 2. Boy's Life to Spare. That title means so much, like, fitting now. Oh, Chihiro. I'll miss you. R.I.P. Well, if the trend of meet characters that I like are... I received Crazy Diamond. If the trend of characters that I like aren't ending up with them either being the killer or the victim, it's not looking good for Celeste then. But that was good. They got another trial in the books. That time we ended up doing it without failing, so that's how chapter 3 will be in the next episode. I'll see you guys then.